Do you have that panorama assist on there? Is it on the camera? Yeah. You've got a book of words.
Position 20 feet above normal water level. It's gone to its full height to allow us through, and we are the only vessel that I know of that requires the bridge to be lifted. The cruise barges that go around can just go underneath without the bridge being disturbed. Lowry coming up on the right, Imperial War Museum north, a little bit further on the left. Duke of Edinburgh opened the Imperial War Museum just a couple of years after. This is what is left of Manchester docks, and whilst they aren't in business as such, there is still provision for them to do certain shipping repairs, and when the need arises, the men can be brought in and a ship can be berthed here. There's even a dry dock facility. And to give you an example, it's not that long ago since one of the Isle of Man Sea Cat vessels was in need of some urgent fix to a technical problem. She was brought right here, and in 3 days it was put right, and she was out up the Ship Canal and back in service. So it could just happen. You don't overhang the rails of the vessel, because if we just scraped alongside or had a little bit of a bump, it could happen. We wouldn't want you to be at risk. And if you have to be standing holding hot drinks, it's as well to know in advance that the ship could just have a little bit of a bump. Like that, just as I say. I'm glad I was warning you.
Who's budget?
Made it into a wet dock, and that's what made Liverpool great. Got ships from all over the world to and from Liverpool. It became a great port because of it. Some of the money from that, of course, built those large buildings we see in Liverpool. One of them being the Blue Coats. One of the sea captains put money into building the Blue Coat School, which has just been refurbished and reopened. So the whole thing has cost about, it's not a secret, it cost £1,000 million.
£1 billion worth. Did you get to shake the hand of the Queen, Tom?
I did not know. I was my boss did, who was Ron Holmes. He's the executive director. He got that close, you know.
As one of the local tour guides, we were invited to the very earliest consultation stage of Grosvenor 1 with Ron Holmes, and he sort of explained his vision. We looked at various maps, and then we talked from the tourism point of view of what we thought were the grot spots of Liverpool that sort of needed to be done with. And Grosvenor 1, Grosvenor Henderson together with Liverpool Bishop were working very much collaborating with each other. The tour guides at that early stage were involved in some of those meetings, so I know the man you're talking about. Very nice man, and I got the first glimpse on Thursday evening on the regional television pictures of what we are going to be enjoying. And for a tour guide in Liverpool, the opportunity to show people where the very first dock in the world was, opened in 1715, and showing some of the excavations is going to be a very, very sort of interesting development for a tour guide. Yeah. So it all happens again on Thursday. I live next door to somebody who works for John Lewis Partnership, and we are told that the store there is the flagship store of the John Lewis Partnership, largest in the country, and in that store they are going to stock every single item that the John Lewis Partnership sells. their bread stays freshest. Now I'm not paid to say that, I'm not interested, but that is the strap line, that Canadian wheat keeps the bread of Kingsmill freshest.
Very good.
We've just come under the what was called the Centenary Bridge. It opened in 1990 as the Eccles New Bridge, and then when the Queen came for the celebration of the Canal Centenary in 1994, it was renamed the Centenary Bridge, and it lifts 82 feet above normal water level, and really its main job is to get the lorries in and out of the Trafford Park industrial estate, and it's on Wednesday when we were coming in at peak hour from Liverpool. You can imagine the frustration of the lorries all having to wait while the bridge was up in the air and we sailed underneath. So there it is. And this is known as the Ferristar Wharf on our left hand side. The name has recently changed to Cargill, and very recently, up until last September, this berth coming up now on our left was in use with green-hulled Arklow ships bringing in maize from Bordeaux, and the maize went into these what they call storage vessels and was used to produce all the starch products of Procter and Gamble and Brown and Paulson. Think of the Bridgewater Canal, one of the country's oldest canals, established to carry passengers and cargo between Runcorn and Manchester, a distance of just short of 40 miles, and in the days of packet boats they would have the teams of horses using the towpath, pulling the barges, bringing the passengers to Manchester, a journey that took just under 8 hours. Well, there it is, the rectangular tank in which there are 800 tons of Bridgewater Canal. And we're just able to see to the left of us, above the trees, the steeple of the Bar Church that I mentioned.
Now, is that the bridge we came over?
No, we're not.
No. Ah.
That's interesting. Isn't it interesting?
Fantastic, yes.
I've been over this motorway many times.
Having come back to the bridge deck, I've got an elevated view. Not all of you will see all of the detail of the Trafford Centre on your left hand side, but you are looking in the direction of the Trafford Centre. Those domes remind us of how